Welcome back to GTK, where we get to know the company, the business, and the people behind the business. Today, we have a very special episode where we're able to interview one of our Diamond Masters from Brisbane. Behind our screen right here, we have Education Centre Manager and Diamond Master, Brandon Tan. Hello, Master Brandon Tan.
Thank you for having me here. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you, Master Brandon Tan. How are you today?
Very well.
So glad to know that you're keeping safe, Master Brandon. Now, question number one. How did you get to start Atomy business?
2 years time since I got to know Atomy. That was 2017. That was when I was I'm still a remedial massage therapist, and I got to know Atomy through my wife's nephew. He told me about this business. So I was actually looking for a business anyway. So because I want to have a balanced life. So I probably do not want to be a massage therapist for the rest of my life. I want to do something different. And during that time, I'm searching for a new business. So I thank him for introducing me this new Atomy business to me. And that's where I started the business. So, and I that time Australia have not started, but
before the branch opened, you were doing the business.
Yes, before the branch opened. Yeah, he actually introduced me a few products. Interestingly, he introduced me this oil patch, Atomy oil patch, which I find amazingly powerful. Yeah. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I bet it helps a lot because you are in the massage therapy industry.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. That's how I started my ways of this Atomy business. I started as a user. I don't really go into business, but because I need to know about the business. So I take some time to understand the business, the model. Because I do not have anyone to help me, especially in Australia, because all my sponsors are from Singapore. So we use a lot of online ways of teaching. So and that's how I slowly get. I have very good sponsors who really teach me a lot.
So in the beginning, you were doing the business without the company. So what were the challenges you had to overcome in that time frame?
The most challenging ones is getting to know the products. That is the most challenging because we don't have any seminars here. We don't have any one-day seminar, Success Academy. We don't have a company here that support us. So a lot of time, the product knowledge is a very big difficulty because, for example, like toothpaste. We know that the toothpaste is very good, contains propolis and green tea extract, but you need somebody to teach you. So I think that's the most difficult part, and trying to introduce a new products to a new field to people that they do not know is very challenging. But we still get there because there are a lot of online teaching, online stuff, which I get to know later through my sponsors. That's how and that's the main challenging. Yeah.
Who is your biggest supporter in the business?
My biggest supporter is my wife. Without her support, I probably won't be able to sustain so long. She is a gem. She helps me, I can say, in and out. And she did better than me as a product presenter. I think she's very well trained because she got a very good background of school teaching as a school teacher. So and without her, we need her support, the whole family support. That's the main important thing. And of course, my sponsors from Singapore. So they are the ones who give me a lot of help and support. Whenever questions that I ask, silly questions, sometimes it's very silly, but they are very patient, explain every single doubt of what I have. And that's how I grow. Even the starts from how to join Atomy, how to recruit members, and the products knowledge. I have to keep asking them about all the testimony they have, and that's how I slowly progress from there.
Anything you want to say to your wife?
I love her very much. That's the main thing. Through Atomy, I think we have a more balancing life, which is what we are aiming for. I always want to. Why I want to do Atomy? I think the main thing is because I want to have a balanced life. I can spend time with family. I can spend time with my my friends and my relative, and also in works wise, I can do what I want. So and I really appreciate my wife helps in all aspects, especially when I'm very busy with my works, because I do my teaching as well as a remedial massage therapist. So sometimes she helped me to run the business together with Mary Ma, who is my vice center manager, and both of them really helps me to run the business together, because you cannot run alone in this business. You need a teamwork.
Of course. So you're talking before about how do you recruit members? For the new members who are watching us, are you able to give some points or tips?
First thing important is that you need to be a user. You need to use the products first. Like what our chairman Park, Mr. Chairman Park, our founder, he always say, when you introduce a product, you must make sure you use the products before you share the products. If otherwise, you are telling a lie. So I use all the products of Atomy. I ship a lot because during that time in Australia, we do not have products. I have to ship over boxes of products to here.
Individually?
Yeah, like the oil patch, toothbrush, toothpaste. Toothpaste, I got to bring it in because the toothpaste is a liquid form. We cannot bring it from Singapore, but we have to. Somebody who visited me, I get them to bring it along. So I use the products first. Like my wife, she used the skincare products. And for me, of course, I use as well. But that's what I started. So the main thing is that you need to use first. And I became a fan of Atomy. I like the product so much, and it helps me to change my life, change my health, change a lot of my bad habits. And then I became a fan. That's where I start to share Atomy because I know the product is good. So I start to tell people this product is good. So it's that I'm not selling products, I just tell them that, hey, this product is really good. Use it, and then you experience the product itself. If you think the product is good, keep using it, and that's how I started with it. And people who after using a while, they find confidence of the product, and then they start to share with others as well.
So from that background, now you're an education center manager in Brisbane. Could you tell me like a little bit, how did you get to that point?
Frankly speaking, I never think I want to become a center manager because a lot of my sponsors telling me that it's not easy to be a center manager.
Yeah, it's not.
Which I say okay. So I never think I want to become a center manager. It's only when the business start to run in the year 2018, and our group start to grow. We have quite a big members joining our in Atomy business. So because of that, we need a popular place to train them. A place that can help more members to grow. So I say that someone have to take the lead. So that's how I started become a center manager. So it's not a matter of how much money I make. No, it's because I want to support the team members to help members to grow.
What was your previous profession before doing Atomy business?
Back in Singapore, I'm actually I doing building inspector. Do a lot of inspection on different kind of building defects, and how to do troubleshooting for all this work. So more like engineering works. Yeah, I never think that.
Did you work for the government?
Yes, I work for the state board. State board, yeah, statutory board, yeah. So I'm a very down to earth person, although I don't have much sales experience, but I did join a network marketing company.
But did you do the business in that network marketing company?
I tried for a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I tried for a year, and I tried to know a lot of their products, and I find it's difficult for me because of the sustainability of the product is quite expensive.
Was it all about the cost of the products?
Yeah, the cost of the products. Basically, I very into the cost, because if the cost is too high, it's very hard to afford. As a lot of me, like I'm just a normal daily income. I live on daily income, so I'm not a businessman, so I can't afford very expensive product, but I still like good quality product. But I mean, it's talk about affordability. So of course I go for products that I can afford at a good quality price. So, but I can't find it in that platform, so I find it hard to sustain.
So you talk about having a balanced life, but what does that mean to you? So for the new viewers who do not know, are you able to give us a brief, explanation? And why is it so important to you?
Okay, balancing life. The first thing about in the beginning, I always never think of how to do balancing life before I get to know Atomy. I just know that I need to have a fruitful life. I'm a Christian. I know that I need to have a fruitful life, to live a life for to live a life to glorify Him. But I never think of setting a goal, setting a promise. So until when I get to know Atomy business, and I start to do the life scenario, and that is where I began to say, hey, there's a way to do a balancing life. So I start to write down, as what I think Chairman Park, Mr. Park have always asked we all to do, to write down the life scenario. And I start to do that lifestyle. And when I really look into it, I find that the four main factors involved in this life scenario is actually, the first one is the flesh to live. Am I right? So the whole living, and then the second one is the soul to learn, and I find it's important. Then the spirit to live, and also the environment to contribute. I find it very interesting. These four key factors that actually are influencing me when I become an Atomian, and I start to put plans into life. And I start to do, and I start to draw it as a picture. Okay. And that's how I become a balancing life. That's a way.
And you're on your way to achieving this balanced life in your Atomy business.
Absolutely.
So thank you for that introduction, Master Brandon. So we get to know a little bit more about how you started. We're going to go on to a quick break. So make sure to stay in tuned. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, we're going to be asking Master Brandon a couple more difficult questions right after the break.
If you treat this as a business, you're not only just having a stable income in the future where you get passive income, but most importantly, you have more fulfilling life.
Here is our toothpaste. We added propolis extract, which is used to seal the beehive to protect from the bacteria and germs, and green tea extract, which is effective for bad breath and antioxidation, into our Atomy toothpaste. Anti-plaque, prevention of tartar deposition, prevention of dental cavities, removal of bad breath. With Propolis Shield for your stronger and whiter teeth. Atomy toothpaste. For your shining beauty. Warm sunshine. Light breeze. Blooming flowers. I want to give you all. Long-lasting. Lightweight. Buildable coverage. With refreshing hydration. More and more. For a perfect finish. Atomy Cushion Foundation.
Welcome back to GTK. So we're going to go into our second part of our interview with Brandon Tan, Diamond Master. So you've been doing this business for nearly 2 years until this corona outbreak happened. How have you had to change between how you did the business before and how you're doing the business now?
We do a lot of face-to-face meetings when coronavirus have not started.
Yeah, of course.
We go to try to do a lot of demo in front of the person, how to do this business. We run a lot of seminars. That's how we do the business, a lot of face-to-face.
You haven't missed a single one-day seminar or Success Academy.
Yeah, I never miss any single of them because it's very important. Very important. As a members of Atomy, that's the most basic of it, is to attend all the seminars. Unless you have something on them, get to say.
Like a wedding.
Yeah, then probably
yes.
Yes.
Then you can't come, of course.
As a members, the main important role is that you have to attend seminars. And the good thing is that if you can be a volunteer, that's even better. That's where you learn to grow together with other team members as well. Because in Atomy, we believe in synergy, working together from all the different members. We are all brothers and sisters. So I always believe that. I always tell my team members that you have to do volunteers. This is how you grow as a business. Yeah. So when talk back into what happened now, if let's say it's coronavirus. So coronavirus is a very big impact to every one of us. I remember that during that time, the coronavirus outbreak, I was in Singapore.
True, yeah.
That was January. I do not know whether I can come back to Australia because they keep changing the restriction rules. So I'm quite nervous whether I can get back to Australia. But thankfully, we managed to come back safe and sound. That's important.
Very important.
Yeah. So when I came back, everything changed. My members couldn't come to the centers for the seminars. And we keep receiving a lot of news that we have to close down for face-to-face seminar. It's very disappointing. I know I want to limit with a lot of Atomy Australian members, and I try to have small friendship with every one of them, but it's just too much. Everyone can't meet up. So it's although it's very hard time for every one of us, we still have to move on our life. And that's where Atomy Australia was saying that we are doing try to do all the online seminars. And that's where we started our education center especially. We start to do online seminar as well. For example, like running a Zoom meeting. We're still doing the WhatsApp, WeChat, Facebook, whatever online, whatever we can. We try to support members through this platform. And I think there's a new ways. I think our founder, Chairman Park, also mentioned it in his videos, saying that we need to move on. We need to support members, even though we can't meet. There are still other ways to reach out to them. So I believe that it's going to be for a while. So we will keep pushing on, doing a lot of product demonstration through online teaching.
It's not just about registration, correct? It's about keeping contact and following up. And you told me that you have different methods of keeping in contact with different members. Are you able to explain or kind of talk a bit further about that?
The first thing is that we try to use the platform like a Zoom meeting, that platform. This platform is very wonderful platform because it can help you to give online teaching by sharing PowerPoint in terms of this platform. So I can just, for example, I can just show you these products and tell you that, hey, this is what product it is. This is called toothpaste. And I don't need to show you. I can show it to you. And I tell you, this toothpaste contain green tea extract, contain propolis, and it's good for everyone else. And besides that, I can show you the PowerPoint slides and tell you about the ingredients of this. So we still can deliver in this platform. It doesn't mean that, hey, if let's say it's no face-to-face, I can't introduce. I still can introduce the products through this way of teaching. So that is how I think and if we go into introduction of Atomy, that's even more easier. We can share through videos. We get very good videos, channel Atomy videos, so we can use the platform and share it through the share screen. And also, at the same time, we can have testimony sharing because through testimony sharing, the Zoom meeting actually can allow many members to join in together. So, and then we can get members to come up in front of their mobile phone or the computer screen and get them to share with us and how they, how they manage their life, even though in this coronavirus, how they manage their life and talk about the product's knowledge as well. So we can use this platform. And I'm really thankful for Atomy Oceania for organizing like get to know seasons, get to know, all the season 1 and all these things. And also Success Academy, the online. We do encourage members to go online to watch whatever our Atomy Oceania provides. And that's how we grow the business. And I believe that slowly all members will get used to this system and they will get into this platform as well.
What do you think is the most difficult part about doing Atomy business?
The main thing is the persistence and keep believing in this business. And I do believe that Atomy is a very good platform and it's going to be it's a business for even 100 more years to go. And I know that in no matter what time, if you keep working hard and doing well in the business, sooner or later you will reach the peak. So I believe that if you keep having the same faith that you have last time, and through persistence, I believe that you can achieve. But I know it's hard, especially during the season where you see people are having difficulties. But shopping mall still is a very sustainable business. So people start to realize that. I got members who find that Atomy business is going to be a new business era. And that's how they started to take serious thinking about doing this as a business. So every risk comes with a good opportunity. That's how I look at it now. So as long as you be persistent, I believe the thing will change. And we heard from Atomy Oceania saying that the sales actually increased throughout this period of time. That still says that the spending power, even though is getting lesser, but people still need to buy stuff, and that's where the sales improve because people can't travel out. They will buy online, and they will get delivered onto to the house. This is a different kind of model. So I find that every coin got two sides. So depend on how you look on it. If you treat this as a business, it can be fulfilling business because you not only just having a stable income in the future where you get passive income, but the most importantly, you have a more fulfilling life. I never think of that when I joined Atomy. I never think of this Atomy can be so fulfilling until when I became Atomians, and I find that this platform can give me a very fulfilling life. I get to know a lot of people. People start to share with me their knowledge, share about their life, share about how they are being transformed from a person that is meaningless of life, and now they have a very fulfilling life. So I see a future in Atomy business. I see that Atomy will be a new era, a new business platform, and that is why I become so persistent in doing this business.
So thank you, Master Brandon, for coming onto the show. I actually didn't know that Master Brandon started the business 2 years ago before the branch actually opened. But I'm very glad by his due diligence and persistence and passion for Atomy that he was able to make it this far as an Education Center Manager and a Dharma Master of Atomy Oceania. So as you can see from our example here today, our Master Brandon and our interview on GTK, anyone can definitely do the business. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's more episodes coming out every week, every Saturday at 10 a.m. Melbourne, Sydney, Canberra time. So once again, thank you for coming onto the show, Master Brandon.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you guys next time.